Perhaps you have post-holiday debt. Maybe the cost of living is slowly eating away at your savings account, or you just want to learn how to manage your money better. Either way, the more ideas that we can put in place, then the better off we're going to be. So in this video, I want to share 25 varying tips that can help you save money. I want you to write down the ones that you want to remember, that you want to try to implement in the future. The ones that don't interest you, just leave those behind. Also, let me know which ones you plan to work on in the comments down below. I want to hear which one of these interests you. Number 1, if your space is feeling dull and you're starting to get itchy for something new, why not rearrange the furniture in that room? If you want to spend a little bit of money, maybe you refresh the pillowcases. Maybe you sew some. Maybe you go out and buy a new throw to go over the back of the couch that brightens it up with a new color. Or you get an inexpensive new set of curtains for that room. Either way, especially with furniture moving, I remember as a kid when I would rearrange the furniture in my room, with the help of my parents, of course. Small room, but just moving the furniture made a big difference. I wanted to hang out there more. So if you do that and you end up wanting to hang out at home more, you're going to save money because you're not going out and about spending it. Hang out at home with your friends and your family. So if you want to refresh that area, try just rearranging the furniture. Number 2 is to use the smaller shopping cart, or as I like to call it, a buggy. The purpose of a shopping cart in general is so that you can buy more than your hands can carry. So when the carts get bigger, you can obviously buy more. Marketers for these companies know that, and slowly over time, they begin to make the carts larger. So yes, this is great if you're going and doing one big shop, but if you have a hard time sticking with your shopping list and staying under budget, try using the smaller cart if they offer it. I know at my grocery store, they have a small cart with just the little top and bottom part, or they have the larger cart. Choose the smaller one, or if they don't have a choice, just know going in that there's an illusion there. The cart is bigger than you're going to need. Number 3 is to overestimate your expenses and bank the rest. This is way better than going over budget. Basically, you don't underestimate a line in your budget, like for say groceries, just so you can have a savings number that you want to meet. That is planning to fail. You need to be realistic. Still plan on savings, but be realistic with what you need to spend. It is better to have more left over in that budget line item than get mad at yourself because you blew the budget and the entire plan is all out the window. Number 4, when online shopping, use Rakuten. I am sure I'm saying that wrong. Rakuten. It used to be Ebates back in the day, which made more sense to me. I have been using this for years and I have made hundreds of dollars for it. Have you ever heard of it? Let me know down in the comments below if you have. But basically you put it in your search, you go to the site and you put in your search if you are planning to purchase something online from a store you were interested in, and see if there's any percentage cash back that you get. So if you were already planning on shopping, then make sure to check in on this site to see if that store has anything. It's free, why not do it? I logged in there today just to get a couple of stores and figure out what was happening. And Belk, for instance, is a clothing store. They were having 4% cash back that you would get, and Walmart was anywhere from 1 to 4%. You can also install this on your browser feature. So if you're on a site, it will pop up and say, hey, it has X amount of cash back. And what it does is every time you make a purchase, it gains in that account, and then that site will send you a check every quarter for whatever amount of money. And it's free money. Why not use it? Number 5 is to set SMART financial goals. And what I mean by that is the acronym SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. This is a goal strategy that helps you make an actionable goal. So whether it's paying off debt, saving for retirement, paying off credit cards, or in our case, paying off our mortgage early, setting these goals helps you make little decisions every day in pursuit of that goal. Number 6 is to create a pre-grocery shop routine. A carefully laid plan can save you a lot of money at the checkout and you'll waste less food. So my routine is the following. It's pretty much every Saturday morning, I sit down with my monthly calendar that I print out and my meal planning binder. I take a peek in the fridge, the freezer, the pantry to see if there's anything that needs to be eaten quickly, if anything. And if you're doing this diligently, there will be less and less things left over. You'll get through all that you have. And then I will go on at the site and see what sales there are. And then I look at my family favorites meal list, which is a list of things that my family loves to eat. After plugging in what I'm going to eat for that week, I will then write down everything I need to get to make those dinners, as well as anything I need to stock up on for our breakfast and lunch, which we pretty much eat the same similar things on an ongoing basis. Now, I want to know if you have a great routine. Put it down in the comments down below and share it with all of us. I would love to hear it. Number 7, if you are familiar with my channel, you've been around for a bit, and you know I only recommend things that I think are fantastic and worth money. Number 7 is to get an Instant Pot. I got an Instant Pot for Christmas. You all told me over and over and over that this thing was worth it, and boy, is it. The thing cooks delicious food in no time. It uses so little power and electricity, and it makes cooking healthy and delicious foods from scratch quick and easy. Do I need to say more? Number 8 is to have senses like grandma. If you know, you know, if you had a grandmother like this. But grandma would quickly notice if you weren't in a room and the lights were left on, she might not even be anywhere around, and you would hear, "Turn the lights off." I heard that from my mother as well, who heard it from hers. My husband does this though when he uses the toaster oven, and he puts a bagel in it, and he pulls the bagel out before it's finished or before the ding has gone off, but he leaves it on and he doesn't turn it off. It drives me bananas. Basically what I mean here is to build a sense for money being wasted, a sixth sense. It is so ingrained in me now that it is like I have money saving eyes in the back of my head. It's probably attributed again to how I grew up, but also the fact that I talk about this stuff all the time on this channel. Number 9, have you ever driven down the street after getting gas and you see a gas station that's 15% lower than what you just filled up with? You need to use the Gas Buddy app. This app knows the location you're in, and you can see easily who has the best gas prices. So why waste money driving around seeing who has the cheapest gas, or having to fill up and then knowing just half a mile down the road it was 15 cents less? Just use the app. It'll tell you what the costs are all around you. 10 to 15 cents a gallon added up over time is a nice chunk of change. Number 10 is to reconsider having bills such as utility bills or other unfixed expenses on auto pay. For items that are fixed, it's usually there isn't an issue. But for items that can vary, such as by usage, you need to review these to spot price hikes, to spot leaks, unusual usages. There are some bills that you definitely should review before paying, and I would say anything that's not a fixed expense. I bet some of you could tell me some good stories of errors that you found in these types of bills. Let me know in the comments. Number 11 is to reuse what you can. Rather than buying things that are new or items built specifically for a one-use purpose, think about what you can repurpose to do the same job. I made a video recently about this. It was 11 things not to throw away, and it was creative uses for common things you would normally trash. I will link that down below if you haven't seen it. Make sure also that you've hit the subscribe button, because I'm getting ready to make part 2 and I've got even greater ideas. Number 12 is to pad your checking account to make sure you don't have insufficient fund fees, and so you don't feel the stress of not having money in your account. Most of the time when these things happen, it's a surprise. Something is forgotten or your paycheck doesn't get put in on time for various reasons. And I know someone personally who had this happen this past year. The payroll within the company didn't go through, and that person was super stressed because they didn't have money in the account. So with this savings that you're gaining, start to create that pad or that cushion that hangs out in your bank account so you don't have to worry about those fees or that stress. Number 13 is to wait to upgrade your electronics until they are no longer working or super ineffective or inefficient. Sorry, for me, there is zero reason to need to upgrade a new phone or a TV every single year when the new version of these things comes out, because usually the difference in the upgrades are so minuscule that you don't even notice. With that being said, there is something called planned obsolescence for many of these items where they don't last as long as they used to, and it's done on purpose so that you have to buy a new one. A part to fix something costs more than buying it new. Number 14. The next 5 months or so are a great time to thrift shop. So many people clean out at the beginning of the year and on into the spring. These are the prime times to go in and check out what new thing you can find at your local thrift store. Number 15, if it isn't classy, I don't buy it. This is everything from clothing to home decor. Fast fashion is so wasteful, and it's new as of about the last 30 years or so. But basically, cheap fashion is not only wasteful, but the clothing itself and the style crap out so quickly. It's wasteful in not just the fact that you have to dispose of it quickly, but in how much money people spend on it. So stick to items, home decor, home furniture, clothing, accessories that are higher quality if you can, in classic cuts and fits, classic colors as well. But basically what will happen is these things are going to stand the test of time. And I think about my great aunt who always looked so stylish. She always had these beautiful pantsuits, and they were old. I knew they were old because I saw them and wear them for decades. She took care of them. They looked beautiful. They were classic, and she knew that they could stand the test of time. Number 16 is to make your weekly shopping list mainly fresh items and just stocking up on your pantry staples. If you build a frugal pantry, you only then need to really buy the fresh items each week. This way, when you see that your pantry item is on a deep discount, the items you use all the time, you can stock up rather than when you run out of it, having to buy it at its peak cost. Number 17 goes along with number 16, and it's to start tracking the rotation time frame that your favorite items go on sale at whatever grocery store you use. So when you do see your pantry staples go on that deep discount, the lowest price you've seen, make a note of it. When you see it do it again, make another note of it, and then start to look back at those notes and see what the pattern is. This way you don't miss out on when it will run its next sale again on that same deep discount. Number 16 is to overall reduce unneeded spending, clothes, eating out, impulse buys. So many people spend out of habit and they never analyze what they're actually doing. It's like they're driving a car to a destination. They get there and they think back, how in the world did I get there? I don't remember even driving there. It is so ingrained in their subconscious. For instance, they stop and get coffee every single day, and they haven't even stopped to evaluate whether they still enjoy that habit. But this is one of the biggest general money saving habits that you can put into place and save a ton of money. Number 19 is to find inexpensive hobbies that you enjoy and fulfill your life. And hint, this is not watching a Netflix series entire season in one weekend. This is something that makes you feel fulfilled, gives you a purpose, maybe using your creativity. So think about, what do you love to do, or what are you interested in doing, and how can you do it frugally? Number 20 is to organize your pantry and label your food. A lot of duplicate items and food waste from expired dates happens when you have a disorganized pantry. So don't just shove things in and push things further back. Clean this thing out on a regular basis. Number 21 is to use your spare time to make money. I made a video on some ideas people can do to make money fairly quickly and on a consistent basis. I'll link that down below. Check it out. There may not be anything specific in there that really intrigues you, but maybe it can get the ball rolling for something else that you might be able to do. Number 22 is if you have trouble keeping your grocery budget under control, try online shopping and pickup. This helps a lot of people because they can know exactly the total cost as they add up items. You can copy and paste your purchases from the week before. You can scan the barcode of an item that you need to get a refill of, and it will find it quickly. You can compare brand cost and unit cost in the comfort of your own home, and then you aren't tempted by the smells and the sights of all the things in front of you of going through the store and experiencing that, the ones that are there to tempt your willpower. And if you haven't seen the video I made where I bought 22 items in store brand and name brand to compare the prices, you should definitely check it out. I will link that down below as well. Number 23 is to build your emergency fund. Let me tell you one fact. One thing that is a fact is something will happen. Something will break. An unexpected expense will come up. This just happened to us last month. There was a water leak outside at the spigot and it somehow connected inside the house. It was $900. These things happen. So help use this savings that you're getting from all these tips that you're putting together to make that emergency fund. Number 24 is to use the savings, again, you are getting from these tips and pay down your debt, your car loans, your credit cards. Think about how much money you are wasting every month. It's going to this interest. I want you to be free of that. So get mad at it and get rid of it. Number 25 is one that will help you for the rest of your life, and it is to increase your money knowledge. You're doing it here by watching this video. Books, podcasts, YouTube videos. You don't know what you don't know. I love that quote, don't know where it came from, but you don't know what you don't know. Even if something is that you're not completely interested in, such as the stock market, and you don't want to know how it works, maybe look into it just a bit, because it all helps you gain knowledge and make better decisions throughout your life. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to tell me down below which one of these tips you liked the best. Also, if you like this video, click on that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you back for more videos.